I'll admit, this is going to be a very chill video because I kind of want to just ramble about the fact that I have been a pretty public critic of the bad months of PlayStation Plus.
But
There,
what about Game Pass Ultimate? Because if this was Xbox, y'all be sitting there saying that Microsoft's dead. I mean, just look at it, guys. PlayStation can't even offer their own monthly games because they ain't got anything. PlayStation must be dead according to Dreamcast guy. Because the last time I checked, I thought y'all went out there and supported your own games. I thought y'all weren't into this whole digital catalog. We love our physical media. We put our money where our mouth is. We don't wait for games to come to premium. We just play the game. We don't need the service. Just for you guys doing the same thing that Xbox gamers are doing, except y'all not having the same benefits of day and date. The hypocrisy of you fools.
been a lot of good months, of course, but off and on over the course of the last year, year and a half, it does feel like we get more bad months than good months. But in my opinion, this is an interesting set. If Dragon Age is already free, I did see a lot of people that are like, bro, I bought it. I mean, imagine if you bought this game for $70. The people that pre-ordered it, I think they had a...
Just like what y'all doing with Xbox games coming to PlayStation 5? Like Forza Horizon 5? Imagine paying $70 or $50, $60 for a game that you could play free through Game Pass Ultimate. You starting to see the hypocrisy of these people? So it's okay for them to wait for games to go through their monthly subscription service, but it ain't fine for Xbox gamers to wait for games like Avowed, Ninja Gaiden 4, etc., etc. You just exposed your own narrative, man. You just exposed the fact that you guys don't buy your games and you do this very same thing that a lot of these Xbox gamers are doing. Not buy games. It is what it is, bro. But yet, for some reason, you have no problem with Sony doing this with their monthly games. But if it was Xbox with Avowed, oh no, y'all don't support games. You know, y'all ain't paying $70 for that title. And what's even more laughable, the game's only $20 to $25. So why do you care enough to play this game through your subscription service, considering that I thought Dreamcast guy puts his money where its mouth is and buys the games outright?
$100 special collector's edition, and now here it is, 100 days later, completely free on the service. But even beyond that, I think what it seems like is happening specifically with PlayStation Plus. I don't think Game Pass is really doing this, but
Game Pass is not doing this. You know what, bro? You know, this is the type of stuff that I just can't stand. What are you talking about, bro? They did it with Power World. They did it with Sniper Elite Resistance. They're doing it with those games that drop day and date with the rest of the multi-platform releases. And y'all want to sit there and say that these companies ain't benefiting from this. Sony gave Dragon Age a check, you know, maybe something to help fulfill the budget of what they spent for the game, in favor of giving you guys something through the subscription service, no different than a Netflix special. They're like, hey guys, thank you for continuing to subscribe to our service. Here's something that you guys can look forward to. It's a win-win situation for everybody. And like I've told you guys before, gaming is outgrowing the simple concept of a console war. It is live service and subscription because that's where these companies are making their money.
It does kind of feel like, and maybe I'm way off here, it does kind of feel like if a game has very, very low pre-order numbers, it does seem like PlayStation is making the smart move.
So why didn't Sony do that for Concord?
Go in there and go, hey, we're looking at our storefront, we're looking at the back end. Nobody is pre-buying Dragon Age. Do you want to go ahead and work out a deal?
Well, nobody's really buying Astrobot. Do you want to put that Timo Sabo? Do you want to put that on the monthly games? You hear this man's logic? This is the same stuff Xbox is doing with their own titles, as well as all the indie companies that flock to them with Game Pass Ultimate. And you sit there and say that they're failures. Microsoft is giving the people a check, right, for their games. They're fulfilled with it. That's why they allow their game to be pushed through the subscription service. No different than Dragon Age Valguard. But yet, for some reason, PlayStation can do it, but Xbox can't for some reason. I'm only talking about the hypocrisy. I'm not saying that Sony's having a bad monthly games this year. I mean, they actually had a good one, what was it, last month with WWE 2K24, and that was a new release. So this is the direction of where gaming is going.
Before it bombs, we'll say here in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whenever, we're going to give it away for free, just in case it does bomb.
It's not free, though. You don't own the game until you still got to pay PlayStation to play the game. What do you mean it's free? I cannot play this game unless I have a subscription service. What is wrong with you people, bro?
Here's $1 million. To sort of make a cushion to how much
Which
money.
is even more funny because they are completely oblivious to that idea when it's Xbox. Oh, look at that. Companies out here losing money. You see, they're out here putting their games free on Game Pass Ultimate, and that's why their games ain't selling.
They're about to lose. This is a good month, and it does seem like, I mean, honestly, even though a lot of people hate Dragon Age Veilguard, I'm going to try it now. I was not going to buy Dragon Age Veilguard.
Oh, really? But that goes against your logic. Why won't you support the developers? I don't care if you don't like the game. So you care enough to play the game if you already have it through your subscription service, but you don't care enough to go out there and buy the game. Doesn't that disvalue the game, according to you, Dreamcast guy? I thought you ponies sat there and said, we love our physical media and we go out there and support the developers the way we supposed to. I mean, I would respect you if you even went out there and paid $20 to $25 for the game because that's where its price dropped at. But no, you would rather wait, just like everybody else, to play the same game that everybody else is doing. So why do you have a problem with people that play on Xbox Game Pass, considering that they're getting their games day and date?
And it seemed decent enough. I mean, I heard some of the characters are great, and some of the characters are omega levels of cringe.
It's the hypocrisy.
But if it's free, I've paid for it.
It's not free. You still have to be a premium, extra, or essential tier through PlayStation Plus. That is not free.
Next 3 years of PlayStation Plus already, so I'm definitely going to check it out. But I'm still curious because every comment is having to do these annoying grinds to even keep up. Damn, Dragon Age. Guess I'll try it out now. Oh my god. Dragon Age is already a monthly game. Oh man. So
you guys just have further proved the fact that you guys will be willing enough to try out any game as long as it's pushed through a subscription service. Game still won another W, but yet for some reason you guys have made it a mission to make Xbox seem like they're the villains in all this just because they provide their games day and date. While you guys are paying $70 for some old Xbox Forza Horizon 5. Really? Like, this don't even make sense, bro, because if you guys was completely against subscription services, you wouldn't be playing this game through it. You would be buying the game, like you say, like you buy all the other ones. Exactly. Let's go.
I almost feel like this is the kind of stuff that, in the long run, is hurting the day one sales. There's something crazy.
So why ain't you buying them?
Like, 65% of all hardcore gamers are buying one game a year.
And we already know what one game that is. Madden, Call of Duty, NBA 2K, etc.
Well, I feel like if you're like, well, Dragon Age Veilguard seems fine. Yeah, the trailers are not exactly my vibe. Yeah, it seems like it might kind of suck in certain parts of it. But why would you ever buy a game for $7 if it's not getting 9s out of 10s at the very least?
So you just said, why would you buy a game for $70? Because I already know where you're going to go with this if it's through the subscription service. But yet you guys say that Xbox gamers should buy their games for $70, even though the games are provided, well, according to him, for free through their subscription service. You just exposed your own hypocrisy. You sound so stupid right now.
It seems like it might kind of suck
another
in certain parts of it. But
listen,
why would you ever buy a game for $7 if it's not getting...
So now you know why the Xbox software sales is low for a lot of their own titles. Because according to you, why would you pay $70 for a game that you already have access to? There you go. One more time for the people in the back.
Not exactly my vibe. Yeah, it seems like it might kind of suck in certain parts of it.
Let's go.
Why would you ever buy a game for $7 if it's not getting 9s out of 10s at the very least, if you know there's a good chance
Well, I mean, Astro bought one game of the year and people still didn't buy it.
If it bombs, if it completely flops, it's going to be free very, very soon. Everybody's in this weird spot now where buying games is not only getting more expensive, not only are there a lot of crappy games out there you don't want to end up with, but I think a lot of people are in that space of, okay, that looks good, but I'm going to wait 6 months. I'll buy it for sale for $20.
Well, there you go. And that's why companies ain't making their money. Gamester with another W. I was telling you people, oh no, us ponies, we buy games. We got a grown man system that we stand behind and we back. Yeah, right. Because if you really back PlayStation, you'd be going out there supporting all these games. You wouldn't be doing what Xbox gamers be doing by waiting for your March monthly games to play something. Exactly. You just proved the point of as to what's really going on between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So I don't ever want to hear you bring up an argument about Xbox owners not buying games when they don't have to, considering that you didn't pick up a Dragon Age. I don't care if you don't like the game. The game is still cheap enough for you to go out there and support it. Why would you care about playing it through premium when you could sit there and pay for the game for $20, because I've seen it, and own the game? I thought you guys was all about ownership, but apparently that ain't true either. Let's go.
See if it ends up on Game Pass or PC Game Pass or Nintendo Switch Online or, obviously here, PlayStation Plus.
You hear this, bro? What a hypocrite.
I'm rambling about this because I feel like PlayStation Plus is incredibly hit and miss. It was a lot better in early PlayStation 5 era. 4 or 5 years back, I feel like it was really good. I have not been the most pleased with the retro game rollout about this because I do truly believe that the problem with back-to-back bombs is about to get a lot worse.
Yeah, look at it. You had PlayStation have 10 right off the bat. 10 games getting canceled. So, of course, you Sony gamers know a lot about back-to-back failures and flops.
Just alone to say this, a ton of people are saying this. I'm not, having a crystal ball here with some bold, groundbreaking analysis, but I do think the fact that games are shorter, crappier, glitchier.
I wouldn't say they're shorter. Matter of fact, Dragon Age is probably longer than a lot of games that we once grew up on the PS1 and 2. What are you talking about, bro? If anything, these games are far longer. If anything, I think these games are way longer than they have to.
More filled with microtransactions. It's making it so more and more people are saying, yeah, man, I'll get PlayStation Plus, but I'm not going to pay $7 for a game that looks like a 7 out of 10.
But why would people pay for something if you have access to it? So why don't you support Dragon Age, right? You say you want to play it now. The game is $20. You can probably pick it up at a retail for $20. I thought you ponies was into ownership. I thought that's what you guys was into, just to find out that was a huge farce and you guys have been lying out your teeth just because Sony ain't got no games for y'all to play.
Probably not. But this is about thoughts. Tell me what you think in the comments down.
See, the funny thing is, bro, my whole thing is this, though. I don't understand how you guys hate Game Pass Ultimate so much, but yet y'all doing the same thing on PlayStation. If y'all really cared enough about supporting games like y'all claim, I'm not sitting there saying you ain't supporting Dragon Age because Sony just gave the check. They're like, okay, that's reasonable. We'll put the game through the subscription service and we'll get our money back. That's the same strategy that goes on Game Pass. Why do you think those games show up there? Oh, Sniper Elite, they lost money. No, Microsoft gave them a certain threshold of what they would be fulfilled with. More than likely, the game could succeed off that. And then there you go. The game is offered through Game Pass. Nothing was free here. Microsoft did not get a free game. Or Sony got a free game. They paid out of pocket so they can actually push this game through their own subscription service. Just like if a Netflix has a special, they paid for the special to be provided to them on Netflix. How is it hard for you people to understand? And for you guys to say, well, it's free. It ain't free. You got to be on PlayStation Plus. You have to be on Game Pass Ultimate. So essentially what companies are doing is that they're essentially paying so the developers that are making the companies that are making these games don't take the losses. We're in a gaming crash already, man. The fact that companies can't even be confident in dropping their own games no more without Sony or Microsoft giving them a check like, hey, we'll pay for that, but you got to put it on our service, shows you that gaming is in the decline. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And don't ever go full hypocrite, bro. Because this was a bad look for you, man. You really thought, oh, I'm not being a fanboy. Oh, no, you was. Because everything that you said in this video defending as to why Dragon Age Vanguard is fine being on PlayStation Plus is the same argument of you bashing Xbox owners for playing Avowed through their own subscription service. Talk about how Xbox is losing money. Xbox, well, how about you go by your own advice and go support the games like you ponies say you do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Take care.